Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Hey, Jordy, did you know that we're on other platforms too?
Really, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and if you would like to talk to us, Discord and Reddit.
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, you should subscribe too. Thank you.
One take. Not keeping that in.
Yeah, well, not keeping what in? What? What happened?
I'll keep it in, dude.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Split View.
Welcome, everyone. You've come back. How many times have I made that
Why can I
joke now?
hear how you spelled that?
What?
Why can I hear how you spelled welcome back? Or, you know what I mean? You said welcome
I
back.
said you've come back.
You've come back, but I could hear the spelling in my brain of that.
Oh, come.
Yeah.
Oh.
How is that possible? How can I hear
even
the spelling?
fucking begin
You
to
said it
think
like that. You said it like that, though.
I said you've come back.
You saying
How do I say come different?
You're literally
Come.
saying I can hear it in my brain. The cum. I can hear that.
That's because you're a filthy degenerate, just like
you're
me.
saying it. You're
But
saying
I'm not.
the word.
How do I say it otherwise? That's how I
You're
say it.
emphasizing the you.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me, mate.
Well, come with me. You know.
Or come with me, or come with me.
Yeah, you said it the first way.
It's
though.
just the amount of mustard you put on it. It's not like whether
yeah, but
it's
you
not
put the mustard on it.
Yeah.
You got that bottle of like tomato and mustard hybrid. and you
Tomasto,
fucking,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
tomasto, and you put that on your fucking.
Terrible word for a brilliant creation.
That
I
shit
love
is
that.
good. I use
That's
that.
delicious. That stuff.
I put Japanese mayonnaise on my hot dogs, and it's delicious.
That sounds fucking great.
Yeah, it
Mayonnaise
actually
goes
is.
on everything. Ain't that right, Dad? Yeah, I know you know.
Cool.
No, because us little Dutchies, we put mayonnaise on our chips.
Little Dutchies.
Yeah, little Dutch supple.
Yeah, I know.
Dutchy
I
boys.
have a few mayonnaise every time we have chips.
Yes, which is, can I just say, one
What?
of the nicest things ever. Because that's
remembering aspects about you.
Yes, because no one, whenever I say, they're like, "Oh, Jordan, do you want some chippies?" And I'll say, "Yes, thank you. Where's the mayonnaise?" And then they're just like,
What?
Can you leave our
what do you
residence,
mean?
please?
What do you mean? That's
Yeah.
dude. That's so weird.
and then most of the time I make them try it, and they're like, "This is the best thing ever."
yeah. That's
So
pretty good.
anyway, enough about mayonnaise talk.
How is your
because
cat? How is Daisy?
She's very good. I don't think we even actually mentioned it in the last one.
Nah.
I kind of cut it short because we got a phone call saying that we were able to pick up our we adopted another little cat, and her name.
The way
is
you
Daisy.
answered it was so like serious. It was like someone died. I was actually kind of shocked for a sec.
Oh yeah, because I just assumed that's what it was, but
Yeah.
on the off chance, she never really calls me. She always texts me, so I was like, I
never
better
calls
answer the
me.
phone.
Yeah.
You know, just in case.
So you know it's serious.
Yeah.
I sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
go for
I heard a very interesting opinion recently where we should just cut out GSM calling abilities from phones.
Cut out.
Yeah,
phone.
just don't let phones call anymore. We didn't need it. I mean, emergency services, but you can text emergency services, and most of the time it's like safer, or just hit a button and select your reason why you're contacting, and then just automatically send GPS. Since if you're panicked, then like what the fuck, like how it's hard to communicate information, and old people know how to text now, and it's even easier since most old people have their fucking phones on speakerphone and they can't hear anything either.
Yeah, I think like I never electively call someone.
Yeah.
And I think most people don't electively
Every
call
single
someone.
phone call I've ever had in the past 5 years is just a shitty experience that I don't want to have.
Yeah.
There's like I just don't want to call people. Like I want, even at work we text each other now. Like we've started texting each other, which isn't exactly like we're not supposed to do that, but you know we do because it's easier and like less stressful and all that.
I think too because phone calls are for a lot of people inherently a thing that makes them anxious.
Yeah.
And like I don't really have that point of view. I just know that if you're calling,
It's shitty and time wasting at least.
it is time wasting, but it's never. No one calls just to mention something small.
Yeah.
You know, like just to say
It's a
can you-
conversation.
yeah, it's like I am locking into something, and usually
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Because it's not like someone's going to ring me up and say, "Can you get a loaf of bread from the store today if you're working?" and then hang up. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. So it's like we've just, found out so-and-so has had, whatever bad things happen,
I just see it as an efficiency thing. Like, it was efficient at first for humans to communicate with each other verbally and in writing. And then we became even more efficient when we adopted postal service and telegrams, and then more efficient when we did phone calls.
Yeah.
And now it's even more efficient just to send exact burst of text information. I just see it as an efficiency thing.
Yeah, I to be honest, you're completely right in the fact that, like, I don't think it'll happen I think it'll happen in probably like 30, 40 years.
I honestly
be completely gone in that amount of time.
can completely imagine phones in like a couple of years only being able to emergency call.
I've always thought, right? So now I don't know if this works 100% of the time, but if you ring like 000 in Australia, 911,
like
whatever.
I do every couple of weeks in my phone, in my pocket at work.
What, really?
Yeah, I literally, I fucking feel terrible about it, and I almost want to call back. I almost want to call 000 to apologize, which is the worst possible idea, but I'm going to pull up my phone history right now for Jordy.
How do you do that?
Pull up my phone history. It's an app on my phone.
No, fuck you, dude. Accidentally call them consistently.
Emergency number down the bottom.
Wow.
Because I didn't have... I don't know how the fuck I did this, but for like, it must be a year or two on my phone. I've just realized this. I have high sensitivity mode on the digitizer turned on for when you're wearing gloves. I guess it was from like a couple of winters ago when it was actually cold and I was wearing gloves, so I literally was using the gloves mode. But because of that, it's sensitive enough to detect your thighs through your jeans or pockets.
Right.
And on Samsung phones and I guess iPhones as well, the emergency button is at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
So when it's in my pocket, it'll rub against it and then I guess just dial 000 somehow.
Yeah, you have to like move the slider.
It's happened at least 3 times now. But I think for emergency call, it has to be like a button. You can't be a slider.
Yeah.
It's like in the rules or something. That
would
why,
make sense.
That's why phones have to allow you to emergency call, because it's literally law. You have to be able to contact emergency services no matter what.
As quick as possible. Yeah.
On any phone that can connect, that any device that's classified as a phone needs to be able to call 000.
I think like if you just, I know, well, at least I'm fairly certain, if you call 000 and you don't say anything,
well, you get to the routing number first. They ask you what service you want.
Because I've always wondered what would happen, right? If someone broke into your house, and I think I've heard of people doing this before. Someone breaks into your house, right?
Yeah.
Me, I probably wouldn't do anything. I would like
just die.
Well, no, not like in a self-destructive way.
Jordy, this is why I have 2 Japanese Nippon katanas ready to go.
Yeah. See, I'm not a fucking neckbeard. I don't know the ways of
Jordy,
the blade.
I specifically shave my neck. A little portion under here.
I don't study the ways of the blade like you perhaps. But no, I know that if I get involved, then there's potential for me to get in some trouble as well. So what I would do is I would just ring them and like, so I don't...
The robbers?
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, dude, what you doing in my house? Get out. No, I would ring 000 and just let it sit. And then hopefully they like ping your phone, find out where you are and send someone.
Airdrop them a picture of Don Cheadle.
Yeah, you would have the same face he makes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a good idea, though. I hate getting phone calls because usually it's just like, hey, can you come into work or something?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of communications kind of moving towards more automated or like just text directory services, or like even my doctors, I just text them like, hey, I want an appointment, and they hey, text yes to confirm, and I test poo pee pee, and then yes, and they text back saying this is not an automated service. This
I always like now that I can. One of my favorite things is going to the doctor where. I don't like that personally. They're linked with like My Doctor or whatever it is.
Hot dog.
Yeah, because I always think it says hot dog in my phone. And because that's the best thing ever.
It's so good. Holy shit.
Being able to just say, I want an appointment at 12:15.
Yeah.
Done. Autofills it all done.
View exactly when the appointment slots are, just instantly confirm it, and just...
The fact that it has taken us this fucking long for that to happen is insane.
So good. You can do telephone appointments as well. You can do like for a while during like the pseudo lockdown that we had, even though Australia's doing pretty well, I would just do over the phone and they would literally send my script to the pharmacy. I'd go in and it'd just be there.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Which is the best.
I had to go to the doctor like a couple of days ago because of my throat, right? And I don't think I mentioned this on the last show. I had like fucking crippling pain in my throat, and I thought I had fucking the big corona for a second. But it just lasted for like a week, and I wasn't getting any sick symptoms. So I was like, oh, I'll go to the doctor. I hate fucking going to the doctor. And then I remembered about hot dog.
Yeah.
And so I just, in 2 seconds, I did it, and then went there, and they're like, no, dude, you actually just have a fucking gargantuan turbo ulcer, and you need to put, you need to have these cough drops that literally have anesthetic in them just so that you can eat.
Is it from just being customer service boy too much?
I think it's just from stress, because I live in a perpetual state of stress.
It's like that one Joji song.
Is that a name of?
Yeah.
Oh. I think we've done this a few times.
Constant state of depression.
I'm having deja vu right now. We've done this on the show before.
Talk about how we're depressed, yes.
Yeah. Every week, dude. Yeah. And I was just like, man, if this was like 5-6 years ago, this would have been a fucking horrible ordeal just for a dude to tell me I have an ulcer.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. Anyway.
Waiting is still terrible. Oh, your cat. That's what we were talking about.
Oh my god. Yeah. So we haven't actually properly introduced them yet. We've gone through many, many steps.
They hissed at each other under the door.
They did. Now they're pretty much fine. We were doing the thing now where you feed them like on opposite sides of the door. We opened the door last night and they just kind of like looked at each other. And then I think the whole purpose is you slowly move it towards the door. And right now they're like right up against the door.
Get them comfortable, not a threat kind of thing.
And then eventually you just leave the fucking door open and they just eat, because it's like a time when they both are vulnerable. So it's kind of, and they're both eating at the same time. So you have to schedule them feeding at the same time. And you don't just feed them for fun, otherwise they won't eat then. But let me tell you, Daisy, a cat who is half the size of my other cat, can fucking eat, man. She can fucking eat.
That's how you have obese cats. You feed them too much.
No, we don't. We're making sure not to. But she fucking gutses it down, dude.
You should. I have a tip as well. Try to hold her as much as possible. If you hold her every day, like my cat Charlie, who's basically an adult now, I've been holding him almost since we got him, and he just sits in my arms purring.
Yeah,
like it's the best.
Your
thing
cat
ever.
Charlie?
No. Yeah, Charlie, isn't it?
You don't have a cat named Charlie?
Oh, Benny, right. Charlie's the cat that died that I love so much, right? Yeah.
And the name of my other cat.
Well, I had a cat called Charlie like not too long ago.
I think everyone has a cat.
I also held Charlie as well, but Charlie's dead now, and that's very sad.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to being able to open my fucking room again, because it's starting to smell like beast and horridness in there. And just
not
imagine
it being,
being stuck in a room with me to do this show is probably painful enough for you. So having to keep all my fucking fluids in there and
I don't smell you. I'm at the point where I don't smell you. So
at the point, does that mean you had to train for it?
Obviously, if I meet someone, I smell them. I can smell their smell, but I don't.
Actually, I've never smelled you either.
Yeah, I don't smell anything from you. So
that's the thing I'm constantly worried about too. So that's good to hear. Yeah, it's good to hear.
Like literally right now, I only smell my shirt and that's it.
I can kind of just get a whiff of myself.
Yeah. Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yeah. Has to come
I
up.
went to the doctors today. Speaking of doctors, and this is the most autistic thing ever. Before I left for the doctors, I was kind of giggling to myself because I was thinking of Don Cheadle. I was like, what does Don Cheadle look like that? And everyone at home or in the car, especially while you're driving, just Google Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
It's that one of him in grandma sweater where he looks high as fuck and just sad. Like every picture of him, he just looks like he's about to cry. Like he just looks like that.
Yeah.
So
he looks uncomfortable wherever he is.
So before I left for the doctors, I literally had a full screen picture of Don Cheadle just laughing at him, and the room was bright, so I had the brightness up on my phone. And then I was like, okay, time to go to the doctors. I went, I checked in, said hello to the receptionist because I serve her at work all the time. And then I sat in like a church pew of like doctors' waiting room chairs, and then I pulled out my phone, basically angled directly towards the people to the right of me, and just unlocked it in a dimly lit room, and it just fucking blared a picture of like Don Cheadle just basically crying at everyone, and then people looked at me, so
yeah,
I just kind of giggled to myself.
These are the stories I'm glad we've immortalized on the internet.
I didn't know how to react because I'm social autist, so I just kind of giggled and then just kind of like went back to doing my thing. I can fucking see
that happening, dude. I wish I was there for that. That would have been so fucking
luckily,
fun,
luckily, I didn't recognize anyone else sitting next to, so I don't know.
But they recognized you. You're on a poster on the wall in there, dude.
Exactly.
If you see this man, please call the police. He comes in here, sits in the same spot, and laughs at Don Cheadle every day.
There's no explanation to that. Just having a full screen picture of Don Cheadle in your phone at full brightness,
and then nervously laughing and closing it. I
don't know what to do. I can't not react because that's even worse. I don't know.
Not reacting is the perfect thing to do.
But it was
just saying, "Oh, I was just looking up the name of this famous actor."
I had the motion like this because I just got my phone in my pocket, putting my thumb on, so I was basically showing the person next to me. The room was dim as well, and this phone gets bright, so literally just blinding someone with a picture of Don Cheadle.
That's fucking hilarious.
So yeah, I don't know.
I fucking love Don Cheadle, dude. If I get the chance to meet him one day, I'll be a happy man. Oh, speaking of meeting people,
what?
I didn't meet him.
Yeah.
Fuck
you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah. I was at work. What was it? Yesterday or the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I think it was day before.
Day before. And this dude comes through the tills, and it like I'm on autopilot because I'm at work, and I always am anyway.
A very cute, eccentric man.
Yeah. And I was like, that's a very distinct flavor saver this man has. But I didn't think anything of it. Like, something triggered in my brain, and I was like,
You heard in your head,
and it took me out of my autonomy for a second. And so I was serving him consciously at this point, which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And he was kind of speaking a little bit like he was full of it a little bit. And then I was like, what is happening here? What is triggering for me? And I looked at his tattoos and like put it all together. I'm like, holy shit, I'm serving Mick Gordon right now.
Yeah.
And then and it wasn't until he walked away that I was like, was that Mick Gordon or was it not? I can't tell. Dude's Australian. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I just assume every like Australian celebrity lives in Melbourne.
Like either Sydney or Melbourne or something.
Yeah. So what the fuck he was doing shopping at my store in like backwards ass Queensland, I don't know. But he came through, and I was like, I need to look up a picture of him or something to know if that was true. And it definitely fucking was Mick Gordon who came through my tills.
That just makes me upset.
And I said nothing because I didn't know.
It kind of makes me upset literally he is like my number one music idol. Like the person who I literally hated metal music or like any kind of like the guitar. Like I hated guitar essentially. I just listened to like exclusively like fucking lo-fi. Fucking synthwave kind of shit and dubstep, and then when I played Doom I was like, holy fuck, this is good.
Yeah.
And then Doom Eternal kind of cemented it, and then Jordy was like, hey, I'm thinking about guitar, and I'm like, I'm thinking about guitar too.
Yeah.
So literally like I still want to make or buy an 8-string just to like get to what he can play.
Yeah.
So if I fucking saw him in real life, I would literally just fangirl out. Like,
yeah.
I'm
actually mad that it wasn't you who was there, because like I definitely did not take advantage of the situation. To be fair though, I've always wondered this if I ever saw a celebrity, one, what I would do, and two, because seeing someone in person is so different to seeing them on a screen, whether it's actually them. Every time I would think to myself, is that Mick Gordon? Is it really him? I say something, I'm going to look like a weirdo.
I've seen Anastasia Palaszczuk a number of times.
Yeah.
And
she's not great. No,
yeah.
Not great. Yeah.
I mean, she's handling the lockdown really well. Like she's doing a good job with COVID stuff, but she used to shop at our store, and my mom fangirled out one time at a voting booth since she was there. And I don't know. I didn't really say anything since I didn't give a shit. I just kind of said, hey, you owe me $9.10.
What?
Because I was serving her.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm demanding her personally for my tax money. But I've always heard from like when celebrities talk about fan interactions that like the best thing you can do is just be like, hey man, I like your stuff, and that's about it.
That's all I would have done anyway.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, I've made an absolute constant note of this in my head. If I ever met a celebrity, there's no fucking way I would ask for a picture or anything like that. I just wouldn't.
Especially at a till, like they're trying to get on their way, you know.
Can you imagine? Like he was the only one coming through. It was dead that night, so I could have easily walked around the counter, said, "Hey man, pose for a photo."
Like taking time out of his day and all that.
Yeah,
you know?
I would just be like, dude, I fucking love what you do, and I love your work on the new Bring Me the Horizon album, all that shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing what you do.
I wouldn't even, like, I don't even would want a photo with my favorite celebrity. I just like, I don't know. I don't want to prove to anyone that I've met them. I just want to personally meet them because I like them and I like the things that they do.
Yeah.
I would just literally say like, hey man, you literally inspired me to want to play guitar and I love your music. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, and I think that's the best thing you can do because they're people, and like that's they don't want to be fucking screamed at. And
now, if people recognize us in public, you should ask for like pictures and like you know,
that's true.
Just give me like money and gifts and stuff.
We haven't had a chance to get sick of it yet. So if if anyone recognizes us, definitely say hello to us, and we will take pictures with you.
That would actually make my day, even though it's like
I think that would break my brain.
At this point, it's literally impossible, just since like how minuscule our audience is. But
yeah. I mean, technically, we're recognized by all our listeners,
even though
it's just my dad.
Yeah.
And
there's, I haven't checked the stats, but there's like 4 or 5 concurrents or whatever.
I don't know.
I haven't checked the stats.
I haven't checked them on the. Yeah. I just know that we're averaging 1 viewer video on YouTube at the moment.
It's not like it's. So. Yeah, but YouTube's not really the best platform for podcasts. No. Like. I don't know. That would I would think they were fucking with me personally. Like, I don't know. I think they were set up. Like, someone's paid them just to be like, oh no, is that Tom?
Tom's put so much time into this. You better make him feel good.
Okay.
Get paid.
Yeah, I don't know. That would literally like destroy me.
Yeah, that would break my brain if someone actually did that. I remember. I actually, my God, I had a YouTube channel. It would have been over a decade ago. And I was making videos under some fucking turbo. I think it was Mr. Comedy Crap or something like that. It was something really fucking cringe.
One half of that's certainly true.
I was making, entirely true. And I was making like probably equals 3 skits.
I mean, you literally were.
And not the one that you're thinking of. This is another one because me and Jordy has like 1,000 channels out there that I can't delete. I'm using
all my chi energy to try to remember. A Serious Shiznit.
That's the one. And but that's a different one. This is not the one that I was actually recognized for. I made videos on one. I think it was called Mr. Comedy Crap. I don't know if it's still up or if you would ever possibly find it. But this kid, and I must have shown like all my friends, and then one of my friends showed like their brother. And because he was like 6, and he came up to me and he was like, "Oh my God, you're Mr. Comedy Crap," and I was like, "Whoa,
what the fuck?"
That was like I still remember that, and I was like fucking 10.
Okay,
but basically I'm famous, and that's about it.
Basically, yeah.
Mick Gordon was kind of a cool dude.
Yeah.
He was very nice actually, but he did kind of like speak like he had a lot of money.
That's.
Do you know how? You know what I mean?
From what I've seen of him, he just literally is an eccentric. Like he's the pure essence of a musician.
The one thing that threw me off about whether it was him or not is he came through with like, do you know those like hippie weave bags?
I can totally see him having.
He had
that.
one of that and it was ripped to shit too. Like he had it for years.
No, I can see that.
And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, this man definitely keeps all of his stuff. I know that. I just by like seeing him and do what he does, he has to keep everything he has.
Dude's all about like ornate boutique stuff. Like his signal path for Doom Eternal was like old tape machines and like fucking weird analog synthesizers and like fucking other. There was this one thing that he had which was like an old as fuck machine that he just recycled or something. But yeah, he's all about old.
One thing I'm a bit pissed off was I was so caught up in wondering whether it was Mick Gordon or not. I don't remember what he bought because it might have been something funny, but I don't remember.
Bunch of knives, cleaning supplies, plastic tops. Yeah.
Just like 8 kilos of yogurt.
To kill all the haters. Mick Gordon probably buys yogurt. Tattoo I have written here.
Oh, right. So I went, I don't think did I mention it on the other one? But I went to get, a tattoo, whatever. I don't remember how long ago it was now, 2 weeks or something.
It's no big deal,
It's not really, is it? I don't know. This one here, if you can see it, which you can. And I went in, got it done. Dude said, put bepanthen on it. And, which is like a scar healing cream.
Yeah. People come into Woolies asking me whether like shit is good for tattoos, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, does that happen at Aldi? People just come in and like, oh, is this good for tattoo?
Nah, we don't really have a big, like,
Yeah, we don't either. It's not like we just have tattoo shit, but people literally, like, this is a common occurrence. People with either fresh tattoos or going to get tattoos just asking us, like, oh, you know, is this good for tattoo aftercare? And I was like, I'd probably use that. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently, like, Dr. Pickles or something, something like that is very good, and you should get that. What you shouldn't get is what I got, because I got Bepanthen, and I put it on there, and it was, like, healing.
What is Bepanthen?
It's just, like, scar, like, it's if you get a big fucking scar, like, and it's scabbing over and shit, and it's taking ages to heal or whatever, you put it on there and it, like, heals it up or whatever. I don't know. And if it goes on for a month, there's like a roller which you put on there to, like, kind of get it into your skin or some shit. I don't fucking know. And he said, yeah. I said, I have the Paw cream, which is, I know I use that for this tattoo, right? Because it's just lines or whatever. And he said, nah, because it's like an actual big tattoo, you need to put Bepanthen on it. So I went and I got it. Put some on, and it was like fucking flaking like shit, and it looked like horrible. And I was like, why is it doing this? And I was like shitting myself, right? Because it's like there's bits of it which is missing from it. Like, can you see that?
Oh yeah, the little like flakes. What the fuck?
And I went to work, and then one of the girls at work said, whoa, what the fuck's happening with your tattoo, dude? I was like blissfully ignorant.
Yeah, accidentally bought paint stripper.
No, I bought the right thing. And she go, and she was like, what are you using on that? And I was like, Bepanthen. And she looks at me like this. Like, I'm wide-eyed right now for the people listening.
Like, whoa, dude, why? She
was like, the one with the roller or not? And I was like, with the roller? What's going to happen if I say that? And she was like, no. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, that's a new recipe. It fucking strips your tattoo.
Oh, shit.
Off your fucking skin. And I was like, why the fuck didn't he specify that when I went and got that? Because I don't know. I've had one tattoo, like, before I went in there. Like, and I said that to him too. It came up. It always comes up, especially if you're not heavily tattooed. They go, oh, is this your first tattoo and all that type of thing? And I just said, like, oh, I bought Paw cream. Is that good? And he was like, nah, use Bepanthen. And he didn't say it any further.
I feel like this is a recipe for disaster, people.
And it was. I mean, luckily, it just looks like a tree, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, in these little gaps. So I might get him to fill it in or not. I haven't really decided yet. But point being, don't get Bepanthen. Look into what the proper fucking cream is for putting on tattoos, because, you know, it's on your skin forever.
Tattoo artist recommending everyone to use Bepanthen, and then their skin just getting fucked up.
Truth be told, I was speaking like I knew what I was talking about a lot, because I've done a lot of research into tattoos.
He probably doesn't realize that there's a new type that just fucks up tattoos.
That's true. This dude was like, he was kind of old. Like, he was a bit behind the way. So he genuinely probably didn't know. Like, he was a really cool dude.
He's been used to the old Bepanthen and telling people to get it, and then suddenly there's a new formula, and people are like, what the fuck, dude?
So I'll probably just go back for another one and just tell that to him. Because, I mean, the man did a good tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, it looks good, but yeah, anyway. That's my tattoo story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Horrifying. I read some interesting information.
Tell me them.
Would you like to guess how many total COVID cases America has?
Right now?
Like in history, like total.
It's got to be like 3 million.
It's like 27.6 million.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Would you like to guess how many total cases Australia has?
10,000.
Oh, it's 28,000, but
what the fuck,
America,
dude? Like, that's insane.
The thing is, to us Australians, we see Americans freaking out about it, and it's like, yeah, I guess it's a big deal, but like in Australia, like we kind of had a bit of a scare, but no one I know personally has got coronavirus. Like,
I don't even know anyone extended who has had it.
People in groups online that I'm a part of and a fan of, like, have gotten it, but it's just, I couldn't even imagine that. Like, that's fucked up. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy how poorly America is handling it.
It's just, mostly because half the people that don't even believe it's fucking real, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
That doesn't fucking help. And, you know, they've got all these vaccines going around now. Sorry, everyone, for that.
Almost 500,000 people have died in America from it.
That's insane.
Whereas we only have 909.
That's fucking insane.
Crazy. That's insane. Also, this is we're speaking from the 15th of February, 2021.
Yeah, so there you go.
For like, those future historians.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that? I have a weird kind of perception on things when I like do kind of things that are set in stone, where I like to think of things time agnostically. Like, I don't think of it as in like, oh, I'm making this episode and then it's going to be viewed in a week from now, or like, as I'm saying things right now, people are listening to them. Even though it just only exists on my computer, I'm speaking directly to people right now.
I kind of do that.
When I see cameras in public, like, just I'm always being watched because I kind of always am. Like, someone, it's inevitable that human eyes are going to see the footage that has been recorded from a camera that's seen me. So
yeah.
I always, like, it always kind of interests me that potentially, like, historians in, like, the future, like, not too long, like maybe 10, 20, 30 years, wanting to, like, write a paper on coronavirus are gonna, like, I don't know, just, like, watch podcasts or something. And then
just how everyone was talking about it and dealing with it. And
like, what we're doing right now might be, like, actual primary source for a historian. Isn't that crazy?
That's kind of fucked. Yeah. Like it hasn't, I've thought in a more broader sense that, like, it's kind of fucked that, like, we've literally almost reported on the coronavirus since it started till now, where it's still going.
I find it funny that the first time we talked about it, I called it contravirus. Because, like, no one knew how to fucking pronounce it.
I knew how to pronounce
coronal discharges. You know?
Yeah.
That's a thing. It's the sun.
Yeah.
I, like, that's basically anything I do that's set in stone. I'll think about it temporally agnostically.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of, I think everyone does that if they're just kind of...
There's people who make shitty decisions, though. People who get tattoos of, like, their current girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Those people aren't thinking.
I've said I will never ever do that.
Even if I love someone and knew for a fact that I was going to be with them forever, I still wouldn't do that.
Exactly, me too. I've said that, like, the only people whose names I would and will probably get tattooed at some point,
like,
is
parents
my
and
parents,
brothers, sisters, whatever, you know, family.
And for, like, maybe my grandparents who have passed away. Like, and for that, I probably wasn't even going to do their name. I have a few ideas for how I wanted to immortalize them, but, you know, like, anything that can be temporary. Well, not anything, because you could be, like, I was interested...
Anything that can age like milk.
Yes, that's a good way of saying it, because all my tattoos, which is, like, this one here, which is one of my favorite albums, I might not like it in 10 years.
Yeah, but it still is a cool looking tattoo. Yeah. And I was like, hey, I want to get a tattoo soon, but I don't know what I want. Either something related to my heritage, or maybe I'll, like, design a cool pentagram or something. I'm like, do I really want a pentagram on my body?
I would say no.
I want to get something out of the Book of Solomon, which is, like, an old Catholic text on, like, demons and deities and shit. Like, there's a big, like, book. It's like Flash of just, like, pentagrams and shit, and it's cool. So
I would say maybe hold off on the pentagrams. But I mean, there are fucking... See, here's the thing, right? I'm going to give everyone a bit of philosophy about tattoos right now. There is no place on this earth where you go in somewhere and you come back permanently changed other than a tattoo shop, right? So you want to make...
Except surgery.
Yeah. Except surgery. But you can go in there, make a horrible choice, and have to live with it forever, right?
Even tattoo removal isn't, like, 100% effective.
And exactly right. But the thing is, right, there are so many people right now getting tattoos that it will be weird to see someone not with tattoos in about 40 years. Like, in old people's homes, everyone will be tattooed. Or have, like, one somewhere. That's just the way it'll be. Because I'm convinced it is going to, in our generation, it is going to be the minority of people who don't have tattoos. That's what I believe. I'm going to put that on for all the historians out there. There's going to be people who will just get their mum's name if she passes away or something. And then there's going to be people who will have full fucking... I mean, face tattoos aren't even that weird now. You know what I mean?
My sister's boyfriend, he got a tattoo of a band's album art that I can't remember the name of. And, like, he posted on Facebook, and the lead singer, like, actually wants to come and, like, meet him and take photos of it, which I thought was cool.
Dope.
It's like the connectiveness of it as well. It's like some weird fucking creature looking
I've always wanted to post this to, like, so North Lane might see it, but then I'm like, that's, like, a little bit cringe, isn't it? Like, I got this because the message...
Make it cringe. You can just take a photo, be like, hey, check out my sweet North Lane tattoo, and then link the hashtag.
Yeah.
Because that maybe, you know, just, I don't know, it's a cool tattoo.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm borderline because I have actually met them all before at a meet and greet that I went to with Ryan. But I was like, I think it would just be cool, because if it was me, I would want to know that someone got it. That's why I would do it.
Yeah.
Because if I have empowered and inflamed someone's creativity enough to get a piece of artwork they made forever on them, then I would like want to know that. So yeah, I could meet them or like send them something cool or whatever. And I'm not saying I want something out of it. I'm just saying that I would just appreciate knowing someone liked what I did enough.
Yeah, I'm sure like the big bands, even like just seeing small people get tattoos, like that'd be pretty awesome for them.
Yeah. And my philosophy for all this is, if you are thinking about getting a tattoo, make sure that even if you get
if it smells like milk, don't get it.
Yes, that's kind of a good way of thinking about it. You know, like if you're interested in whatever it is, if you're interested
in
fresh milk, if you're a big fan of Justin Bieber, maybe don't get his face, but you can get like if you like one of his songs,
get his face being punched by Hitler.
Yeah, but then
Hitler is also being assassinated because Hitler is bad.
Yeah, and make sure he has one testicle in it.
Yeah,
just so everyone knows. But get like. This is kind of what I've done, right? So you either get like an album art or something that you can't quite tell as much. You'll know. And that's what's most important for
someone
tattoos,
has to ask to know what it is.
Yes. And the people who do know will already be on the same page as you and go, oh, dude, that's fucking dope. That happened to me while I was at work. So just make sure, like, I wouldn't get people's faces unless you really, truly believe that you have been and will be inspired by them forever. Because
it's kind of weird if it's not your family.
Yeah. Like, I know people out there who have full portraits of, like, Elvis Presley and stuff, and it's like...
Doesn't Steve-O or Johnny Knoxville have, like, a...
Steve-O has, like, a life-size tattoo of himself on his back.
Yeah,
or something.
Which is just creepy. It's really well done, though.
He has a world record for it, I think.
Jeez.
The biggest tattoo of some, like, themselves on themselves. But yeah, that's the end of my lesson. That's the only wisdom I have to impart.
I feel like we've been going long enough. I had backup topics, but all kind of weird stuff. I was gonna do a thing where I got you to inadvertently do a sociopath test, but I decided that's not a good idea.
Maybe you did. I wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know because the questions are: do you ever think about hurting people? Like those kind of things. Like, do you ever do things for yourself and not for others? And I was trying to think of ways of wording that to just like gaslight you into giving me the answers.
I don't actually know the fucking answer to that question, to be truthfully honest.
Jordy, like, when you're planning things, do you plan ahead or, like, you know, like, present? Or how far do you plan things?
I don't really plan shit.
See, like, that's you know, I'd kind of phrase it like that. But, whatever.
Anyway, maybe we can do that next week.
Yeah.
Although it's my week next week, so maybe I'll just reveal whether I'm a sociopath or not next week.
Okay.
Tune in for sociopath reveal next week.
I feel like this is a pretty dense episode.
It is. We had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna get a tattoo, send it to us so I can see how cool it is. Everyone.
Just any tattoo.
Just any at all. They're all dope. They're all dope, dude.
Yeah.
They're all dope. Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Same time.